welcome back to the Blindsiders. This is a kind of trip down memory lane, if you will, of a time where Survivor was a little bit different, a little more, a lot more violent in its challenges, and a bit more reckless. So, in anticipation of Survivor 50, I've been rewatching Heroes vs. Villains. In terms of excitement, Season 20 is the closest thing I've felt to how excited I'm feeling about Season 50. At the time, I could hardly believe the show was heading into its 10th year and 20th season. Little did I know that it would last a further 30 seasons, and I'd get to watch several players from this marquee season play again in Season 50. One thing I don't expect them to bring back from this season is the challenge Schmergen Brawl, a combination of basketball, rugby, and just straight up fighting one another. This ill-conceived challenge first premiered in Survivor Samoa, and was during an era of the show where Survivor was a lot more physical when it came to pitting the castaways against one another, something they've strayed away from in the new era, and it's one of the changes I'm actually more than okay with. Basketball, sumo at sea, and that challenge where players have to fight over bags all come with their own risks and undoubtedly left players battered and bruised, but Smurg and Brawl felt like you were watching something that would fit better on Live Leak than it would on CBS. The players are placed into a small arena and made to fight over 3 balls. These balls are then passed to other players on a platform who have to shoot them into a basket with no backboard. In the pit, things get aggressive as players struggle for control of the ball. For example, we saw Jerry get her face smashed into a wooden pole, and JT body slam Coach when it was run during Heroes vs. Villains. In Samoa, we watched as the physicality led to players getting heated with one another, and cheap shots ensued. Jeff Probst even stopped the contest at one point to warn players that they were close to crossing a line, and if they continued down this path, players would start to get ejected.
All right, everybody listen up. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm observing. You're right on that line of getting ugly, right on the line. So there's no more warnings for a headbutt, an accidental choke, a slap to the face. Consider yourself warned that from this point forward, if I see anything resembling a cheap shot, you're out of the challenge. Everybody good? All right, we have our next round.
Naturally, contestant Ben Browning, a self-proclaimed rebel and complete D-bag, as proclaimed by me, the writer of this video, tripped Russell Swan by kicking him and was quickly ejected by a furious Probst. After Russell's tribe, Galoo, emerged victorious, things would get worse for Ben's tribe, Foa Foa, as Mike Barassi was medically evacuated from the game. The official reason for Barassi being pulled was due to incredibly low blood pressure, putting him at risk for further medical complications.
80 on 60, so he's dropped at 30 just standing.
Is this something that a couple of canteens of water back at camp will remedy?
We've already tried his canteen and we've waited for the 40 minutes. The fact that he was blue when we came off the game is a bit scary to start with, and just shows us that his heart's not coping very well.
So Doc, just so we're clear, you are pulling Barassi from the game?
At this point.
So, with this challenge being such a disaster, surely the set was demolished and never used again. I mean, it robbed us of a very entertaining character in Barassi, and production wouldn't want to risk that happening to anyone again, especially not one of their all-stars, right? Wrong, of course, as I was reminded during my Heroes vs. Villains rewatch. In episode 5, with the villains dominating the challenge portion of the game, the heroes came to the challenge with their game faces on, even refusing a taste of chocolate from Probst, a tease of the chocolate feast that they were playing for. This led to a very memorable confrontation between Colby Donaldson and the host, adding to an underrated rivalry of Colby versus chocolate.
Maybe a lot of things, but I ain't no Hershey bar.
Colby, you have a look on your face like this is annoying or somehow insulting. I handed you the plate and you were like, I don't want this.
I'm not annoyed with you. I'm ready to get to the challenge.
Free offer of chocolate. I'm just
Don't need
curious.
it. Let's go.
I got the message, brother. We'll go when I'm ready. Heroes, you're sitting out one person. It has to be a man.
I'll sit down. I'll sit down.
Colby gonna sit this one out for the heroes.
It seemed that fortune was finally favoring the embattled heroes tribe, as to this point they had only won 2 challenges all season, both of which involved them being able to physically dominate the villains. However, almost immediately, James Clement, a man who possesses the body of a comic book superhero, tore his ACL, removing him from the challenge and essentially neutering him for the remainder of his stay on the island. At the time of the injury, James was one of the stars of the franchise. He had appeared on Survivor China, Survivor Micronesia, and Survivor Heroes vs. Villains, all within a 6-season period.
Well, I cannot stop smiling. And it's all good, because I'm not going anywhere. I have the immunity idol. It's all good, baby.
10th person voted out and the 4th member of our jury. James, that's 4, that's enough. You need to bring me a torch.
I want to give individual immunity to Natalie.
Thirteenth person voted out and the 6th member of our jury. Eric, that's 3, that's enough. You need to bring me your torch.
I've lost my ring as dumbest survivor ever.
He would survive one tribal council, but be voted out at the next one the heroes attended due to his knee injury. He is yet to return to the show outside of an appearance on the finale of Ghost Island, which was, really just an opportunity for the show to once again dunk on him for getting voted out with 2 hidden immunity idols during his run on China. Unsurprisingly, with James's game derailed by the injury and Barassi almost dying, the challenge has officially been banned from being used again on the US version. Though according to Survivor Wiki, it did appear on the show La Isla, an unofficial version of Survivor in Mexico, and resulted in a player named Daniel El Bitar also injuring his knee and needing surgery after the show. So rest in peace to the most dangerous challenge ever created. Barassi, James, and Daniel send their regards. You won't be missed. Hey, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're watching this on the Wiki Get Everything channel, please go and check out the Blindsiders channel. It will be linked down in the description. That is where I'm going to be doing a lot more Survivor-centric content moving forward. And if you're watching this on the Blindsiders channel, check out the Wiki Get Everything channel, where we cover mostly video games, but also television, like Survivor, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, all that in video essay formats. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Oh, damn it! Big Tom just got clobbered by Colby. Colby, you're good. Big Tom made